Welcome everybody to the final part, King and Queen Ring pay-per-view, and we only have one more match left on the card. It is of course the casket match, and this one it's going to be a fight and a half.
The following contest is a casket match, and is for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I want to correct myself. I said this was going to be a fight and a half. I think that's underselling it. I think this is like going to feel like 10 fights in one. Oh, jeez. Oof. When out comes, oh gosh. This man in his mind games. Seth Rollins coming out in the attire that he wore back at SummerSlam in 2016. The night that he put Finn Balor on the shelf for a good few months. The one that Balor won the match, sure, but a match that he couldn't fight after for a good while, so he had to relinquish the title because of that match. That match been playing in the head of both men for so long, and Rollins is bringing it out in full force right here. Jeez. Oh, he's just laughing it all up. We know how much Balor hates him, but we saw how much Rollins hates him from that backstage video between the two of them. I don't know how much he hates him, but clearly Rollins putting on a bit of a face here tonight. Maybe just lavishing the fact that he's probably messing up Balor's head right now, and that's keeping the face a little happier maybe, but I don't know. It's not going to be all smiles when they get in the ring. That is for sure, because only one man is walking away from this matchup, and hopefully this will be the end of this rivalry, hopefully. But it feels like this is definitely the way that... It's crazy that it's happened to get to this, to be honest. And there's a question of Balor's health, because he's only barely been cleared. Hold on a minute. This is what I think's happening. Well... I mean, Balor did say on that video call I just mentioned that he may have to bring out a darkness from within that nobody has seen in a while. And I think we have to go back to WrestleMania 39 when he last came out with this inner darkness that came out in full force. It was not a successful outing that time, but something's telling me it's exactly what Balor needs to keep him going in this match at the fight that it's going to take. I feel like he's barely cleared for one more match. Jeez! Emerging through the smoke! It is Finn Balor. Or when he's monikered like this, his alter ego, considered the Demon. He still has that championship wrapped around his waist. Does feel like what this match is partially centered around. It feels like this has everything to do with that title and nothing to do with that title, all at the same time. That is how personal this rivalry is. I feel like these two could have main event after main event, casket match after buried alive match after Hell in a Cell match. Jeez! At WrestleMania without a title. A case of how much hatred's going on between these two, but like I said, it feels like it revolves around that title and it doesn't. I mean, one thing that it doesn't revolve around, or I shouldn't say thing, I should say person, is Becky Lynch. There's definitely a lot that surrounds Becky Lynch during this rivalry as well. I mean, the fact that Balor used to date Becky Lynch and they trained her, got her into the business. And they had to break her when Finn Balor left the country. And now Rollins, married to Becky Lynch, has a child with her. There's definitely some personal issues in it, and Rollins brought it out. There's some insecurities that formed from that as well. I don't think we ever found out how Becky quite felt about it. But jeez, poof. But yeah, like I said, another way that it's circling around, and then just the hatred just between the two men in general. Finn Balor kind of half weirdly disowned Becky Lynch a good year ago now because of it. I wouldn't say disowned is quite the right word, but it felt like it was to that level. But geez, I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting Demon Balor, to be honest. Not at all. I don't know if Rollins was either. he doesn't. He seems like it's getting to him a little bit now. Maybe that first little bit ago, and yeah, this is what I'm wearing. But Balor comes out coming like, this is the ego that you're fighting here tonight, Rollins. Has set Rollins back a pace or two. He's not so animated as he once was. Maybe Balor has finally got one up on the Mind Game ship over Seth Rollins, though I guess we'll just have to see how that fares in the match later. Of course, like I said, a question about how much this revolves around it. The match still is for this WWE Universal Championship. But they're fighting for a lot more than just that.
Introducing the challenger from Gamemode, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Freakin Rollins. And his opponent, the undisputed WWE Champion, the Demon, Finn Balor.
Well, Balor handing over the title. Well, he's about to. There we go. Over to the referee. I don't feel good for the referee being in this matchup. It's going to be a dangerous place to be. And I have a feeling it's going to be a long one too. So it's going to be long for me too, but we're all here for the ride. I'm just hoping nobody dies or gets too badly injured. But I hand over to Mike Rome with the rules.
There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin.
Well, the next time we hear Mike Rome, the match will be over. Jeez, let's get this going. Jeez, there's going to be so much to talk about in this match. Jeez, just so much of the feud has existed. Jeez, how this main evented WrestleMania. I mentioned about this WrestleMania main event like a bunch of times. It did this past WrestleMania when Finn Balor was going after the WWE Universal Championship, the title that he never got beaten for. He had to vacate and never quite won it back. He finally won it back at WrestleMania. Though he did that as Finn Balor tonight, going as the Demon Alter Ego. He's having to bring out something darker to be able to take this kind of punishment that he's going to have to take to beat Rollins and last in this casket match. Gee, oof, and also maybe bring out the darker side to be able to dish out that kind of punishment to Seth Rollins, as he's already doing right now, as we are already on the outside. Jeez, of course, Mike Rome gave out the rules. And here he goes now. Jeez, and Balor sending Rollins right to the barricade. Jeez. I can't remember the last time we had a casket match, to be honest. It's been absolute years, I'm sure of it. So it just proves that just the hatred and what we need to do to keep these two men from sort of fighting each other after this is we just need to lock one of them in a casket. That's how it. That's what it takes. It's just crazy that things have reached this far between these two men. There's just the hatred, the dispute, the aggression, just every word you can think of negative towards somebody else. These two men have against each other. Jealousy, I mentioned that earlier. Rollins' insecurities. That just, like I said, you got to question what's on these two's minds. To be honest, I was going to transition that as Balor just absolutely unleashing all these elbows. Jeez, right face first into the floor. Oh, Rollins on the barricade now. Jeez, what's Rollins going for here? Jeez, getting chaotic, getting a bit crazy. Jeez, blockbuster. Jeez, Rollins risking his own legs though. Don't know if that was smart, but I don't think these two are going to be smart at all in terms of this. It's just going to be a pure out feeling. No thought process, just feeling, which maybe is going to counteract what I was just saying about how much is on these two people's minds. Sure, I mentioned how they just purely focus on each other. I mentioned also Becky Lynch. Maybe those in the back of their minds. But what about Balor? He's had some issues with the Judgment Day recently, especially with Damian Priest, it feels like. Is that anywhere weighing on his mind? Realistically, he has to get rid of any point of issues with the Judgment Day that are unfolding right now, and he just needs to think about this match. He can't think about JD and Carlito's loss to the Tongans earlier. He just got to think about Seth Rollins and G trying to bury him. Very fitting. He tried to bury him with a casket. He's going to use a shovel first. Jeez. There's Rollins now. All Balor counters. Sending Rollins right into the stairs. Jeez. Oof. Rollins soup kick. Jeez. Balor kick. Rollins getting sent into the barricade. Jeez, that was nasty. Rollins' arm caught in the barricade. Of course, this match, this whole feud resonated from an arm getting caught on a barricade. No, not quite like that. It was a buckle bomb variation that was actually technically a barricade bomb type situation. Balor's arm got caught, and jeez, led to that injury. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the other arm. Not the one that Rollins just caught, it was the other arm of Finn Balor. The one he just shook it right now, if I'm not mistaken, though. I could be wrong. It's been a long time, jeez. Nonetheless, these two men going at it. Jeez. Look, and they just absolutely just unleashed trade for trade blows on the outside here. Jeez, we spent more time on the outside than the ringside, and we've only been going a few minutes. Jeez, oof. And 90% of that has been on the outside. Jeez. Down a Pele kick. Right by Balor, right to Rollins. And we talk about that. That was, of course, the origination of this rivalry. Maybe their spouts ever since battling for an IC title at WrestleMania one year in a triple threat match with The Miz, if I'm not mistaken. The likes of challenging for the World Championship a few years ago, a few matches there. Yeah, again, Rollins was successful in that. And it all led to then the Backlash last year. Jeez, when this rivalry reignited, and it's basically been going for the rest of that year and this year. Just all different kinds of spouts. Balor purposely teamed up with Damien Priest to challenge for the tag titles just to take it off Pretty Deadly. People that Rollins was mentoring and being part of a faction of him, Pretty Freakin' Deadly. Purposely just did that just to annoy Rollins. Didn't care about the tag titles, only cared about annoying Rollins. And it would prove how clear that was once he lost it. And when they started fighting other people. He was more focused on Rollins, costing Rollins a match at Survivor Series, which cost Raw the win. Sorry, SmackDown the win at Survivor Series. Balor right now, jeez. Get a drop kick right to Rollins. Jeez. And yeah, like I said, Damien Priest has gone in many of the ways in this. Every member of the Judgment Day, male member except for Carlito, I believe, has had a WWE Universe Championship match just to spite Balor. Rollins did that on purpose. As Balor sending Rollins right into the corner. That shotgun drop kick. Yeah, Rollins just gave the time match to all of them just out of spite to Balor. Though he did it a while for JD because, jeez, he taunted JD by being taught by Balor. Made him said he didn't deserve it. There's Balor now. Oh, jeez. Having to hop over the casket. Of course, that's where the casket will lay. I mean, they could maybe attempt to move it, but jeez, we had two referees had to move it. Though I imagine these lot are stronger than one referee, but they're stronger than two. I don't know. Jesus. Rollins getting sent into the apron there, not the barricade. Jeez, Rollins pushing Balor off. Go on a knee. Lots many mixed tag matches happening with Rhea and Becky. Their issues have been forming there. Jesus, Rollins now looking to send Balor into the ring post. Jeez, lawn dart style. Like I said, Pretty Deadly have got involved in this. Supersonic Duo have got involved in this. The entirety of Judgment Day has got involved in this. Gotten chaotic. Everybody's just getting involved. Both had a massive 8-man tag where the Judgment Day stood tall. Rhea Ripley, if I'm not mistaken, stood tall in a steel cage match about a month ago now. So that means Judgment Day have a 2 over them. Now it's just to see who takes it here. Jeez, Balor, jeez, that was a nasty powerbomb onto the bend of that coffin. Balor's back just bent all over it. Jeez, and now Balor into the barricade. Of course, this was the exact spot that it happened. Well, not the exact spot, but the spot in the ringside is completely different side of the world. But still, I think Rollins, powerbomb into the post, and jeez, right down on the floor. Jeez, no give at all there to Balor. Balor just splatted on the floor, no bounce, no nothing. Jeez. Rollins now. Oh, yet again onto the coffin. Jeez, this time from a different angle. Yet not fun at all for Finn Balor. Jeez. Kick right to the face. I don't think they haven't even opened the coffin yet, have they? Yeah, alone trying to get somebody in there just proves just their hatred. They're just more looking to just dish out the pain first. That's all they're looking to do. They're not looking to win this match yet. They're not looking to win this title yet. Jeez, I think Rollins, yeah, again, looking for another powerbomb. Jeez, Balor's not having any of it. We're getting into that worrying location. Jeez, oh, Balor picking at Rollins into the powerbomb position. Balor now looking to get some retribution. Jeez, powerbomb right into the barricade. The barricade bomb. He's, of course, a variant of the buckle bomb that happens into the buckle that Rollins used to do so famously before the curb stomp. Jeez. And Balor picking him up again. Jeez. Oh, and a second time. Jeez. Balor looking to injure Rollins the way he was injured. I mean, it only took one, but Balor is getting out all the aggression right now. All those feelings that he has towards Rollins right through these power bombs. Jeez. Finn Balor, trifecta of barricade bombs. Jeez, sending a message to Rollins, but also looking to try and do the same damage. Oh, Rollins seems to be doing okay. No clutching of the arm too much. I mean, there's a little bit of a shake there. Well, I guess we'll have to monitor that. But Rollins being rolled back into the ring. Like I said, the coffin finally being opened now. Maybe we can put this match to rest. Jeez. Oh, Rollins sent into the coffin. Balor looking to close it now. Jeez, no, Rollins, he's fighting. Rollins is fighting. Jeez, kicks it off-ish. Anyways, Rollins escaping out of that. Not even go back into the ring where Balor is. Oh, and Rollins closing the coffin. He doesn't want to end this match quite yet. Jeez. And Balor now. Oh, with a dropkick. But jeez, his head nearly clipped those stairs. That was not a safe idea from Balor. But jeez, I was talking about not having the aggression and not the dangerousness that Balor may have regularly. They need to bring out this alter ego and the toughness. Jeez, buried right by the stairs now. Look like using a shovel to bury him before a coffin. Now we're trying to bury him under stairs before whacking him in the casket. Jeez. They're trying to do it in every bury each other in every single way they can. Jeez, and Rollins now, and a snap man. Jeez, legs right into the steel steps there. Jeez. But I was going to the point of Balor doing that dangerous drop kick. Maybe that's going to make him even less thinking and like way more reckless. Jeez, pedigree right to the outside. He's pointing out to a man that was a pivotal role in both men's career at one point or another, especially down in both their men's days of NXT. Jeez, and an elbow drop there. It was Rollins' connection to the authority that got him that match at SummerSlam. Jeez, and Balor had to earn his way. And earn his way he did, and beat Rollins he did. That's never sat well with Rollins. We mentioned it in the video call. He was not happy that the man that used to date his wife was able to beat him even though he was injured. And stopped him from being the inaugural WWE Universal Champion. Even if Rollins put on a brave face, the next Raw maybe just finding it funny that Balor got injured at the very least. They sent Balor back into the ring. Well, it just proves the hatred. And now Rollins getting that curb stomp. Jeez. Like I said, Balor feels like his career had hit a halt, and a massive one at that, because of that injury. And it was never quite the same since. Maybe finally regaining that point, but he's got to put down Rollins as that final way to put that all in the past and start the era of Finn Balor. Gee, Super King, no Balor. Gets out of harm's way. I mean, he got that win at WrestleMania, and it was a huge feeling that it should have been for Balor, but still dealing with Rollins, and Rollins put him on the shelf very quickly after Rollins realised that Balor was able to quell all the threats, or at least seemingly at that time. It was enough to convince Rollins that Rollins just absolutely brutalised Balor. Jeez, and Balor, coup de grace. Oh, Rollins gets out of harm's way. Jeez, super kick caught by Balor though. Oh, dragon screw. Oh, jeez, yeah, Balor, like I mentioned, Balor barely cleared for this because of that. Rollins had to defend his rematch clause and punishment at Backlash in the Gauntlet match. Jeez, 1916, right on the stick of the shovel there. Jeez, done on the outside. Jeez. I got through all four members of Judgment Day, all the four the remaining male members of the Judgment Day: Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, Carlito, and JD McDonough. But yeah, like I said, Rollins and allies have been feuding with Judgment Day for a while now, while Balor has been on the mend, just about in time, getting on the mend, and now bringing out the Demon Balor to make sure that he's as best as he can be to take on Rollins and possibly win the match right here. No, Rollins gets out of it. Jeez. Oof. Rollins now He's cleared the match at WrestleMania. Also affected him quite a lot in the negative way. He's looking to get that bad taste out of his mouth, though. I think these two will forever have a bad taste in their mouth. They're just looking to eliminate as best they can. Jeez, oh! Balor tried to pull back after the coup de grace. Realised Rollins was missing, but jeez. Gets out a super kick. And Rollins now, oh jeez, Balor picking himself up into the corner, still looking to fight. Oh jeez, Rollins gets that forearm. Oh, and now Rollins looking for the curb stomp. Jeez. Rollins all fired up. You can see the batteredness on his chest. Jeez. I'm pretty sure Balor's bleeding too. Just proving that how deadly this match is becoming. You can see the carnage of the stage. You can just see it a little bit. The Rollins, I think, getting a little too cocky. He thinks this match is put to rest. But Balor is still fighting. Balor. Jeez. Rollins. Jeez, he's trying to push on and hard. But Balor seemingly finding a way to fight through it. Jeez, I don't know. Will he be able to close it, Rollins? Balor kicks him off, though. Jeez. Woof. And Balor heading up to the top rope. But Rollins is there to meet him-ish. Jeez, tossing Balor down. Jeez, went to the centre of the ring. And now it's Rollins looking to head to the top rope now. Jeez, maybe say, you can't do it, but I can. Looking for a Phoenix splash. Jeez, you see the height. Jeez, he's looking to show out any way he can. Outshine Balor in any way. Jumping that high will do one way. Jeez, they're looking to beat everybody, beat each other in every capacity. It's about winning the match, but showing that they are better. Showing that they can jump higher, they can run faster, they can be more dangerous, they can be more effective, they can hit harder. They're looking to do everything. They're looking to put out all the most drastic moves. Just like Rollins looking to do now. Jeez, superplex hangs on and looking for the Falcon Arrow. Jeez. Oh, hold on a minute. Balor rising from the ashes. After that superplex Falcon Arrow, Rollins scared to death. But Balor now. Rollins trying to fight off Balor. But Balor with a new sense of momentum. And Balor now. Up to the top. Splash. Rise down on Rollins. Balor picking up Rollins. She's looking for a Pele kick right to Rollins. And now looking for a stomp right to the face. Looking for an elbow drop now. Jeez. Balor has this match in his favour now. Jeez. I mean, I feel like one thing I've got to question. It just came into my thought recently. Clash of the Castle is in 2 weeks. Oof. I mean, not that I think either of these two men are thinking about Scotland right now. I wouldn't expect them to, and they definitely shouldn't. That's better right now. Looking for a springboard coup de grace. Right to Rollins. Balor looking to maybe put this match to rest. Picking up Rollins. Thinks so he could toss him over the ropes. Balor struggling to hold him a little bit, but just about get him over. Then a kick right to the face of Balor. Sorry, right to Rollins. Clearly Rollins still got a little left in him to hang on to the ropes for that little second. Jesus, Balor going to be able to close it. Jeez, it's a heavy lid door, that is for sure. But I think Rollins is still finding a way to fight through. Jeez, Rollins kicks off. And like I was getting to, how long is this match going to go on for? Easily probably going to be the longest. It's definitely, I think, already the longest match of the season. And the match is still going on. As Rollins out, Jeez, crossbody, Finn Balor gets out of harm's way. And Balor now. Lift inverted. DDT. Jeez, but will they be able to even defend that championship at Clash of the Castle if they win here tonight? I don't even know. Oh, I guess we'll just have to see, but yeah, alone may be able to walk out of the arena, I guess. I've got to even question if they can even do that. And Balor right now has got a chair. Looking to do some more damage to Rollins. Threatening him. Jeez, right over the face of Rollins. Oh! Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh! Oh, jeez, right to the back. Down again. Oh, jeez. Oh, just absolutely obliterating Rollins' back. We know Rollins has had back issues. We know he's had knee issues. Oof. Jeez, Rollins might have to walk in the morning. Jeez. Oh, he's trying to crawl though, but Balor just not letting him at all. Jeez, on the legs, on the hips, on the back. Jeez, right on the legs there. Jeez, oh man, jeez, hips again. Jeez, Balor just absolutely just destroyed that chair over the rear end of Rollins, the rear side of Rollins, whatever you want to call it. The rear end more like meant the ass, but jeez, now Balor just looking in a submission. This won't win the match. But like I mentioned with all the leg issues of Seth Rollins, Balor just trying to do that. Rollins knows that taste of having to vacate a title too. Very much down to a leg injury. Jeez. And Rollins now just doing his best to fight off Balor, but you can tell it's taking a lot out of him. But Balor is still showing some fight. I don't think Rollins quite believing that he hasn't gone down. Jeez. Both. And now Balor clotheslines over the rope. Jeez, now Balor looking to expose this turnbuckle. Jeez. Oof, I think hopefully Becky's taking the kid to bed. I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't think the baby needs to see this. The kid needs to see this. Oh, Rollins' face first on that chair. That's not a great position at all. Jeez. Oh, and I think Balor knows it. He's seen the opportunity. He's seen what I've seen. I think Balor is looking for a concerto right now. Jeez. Oh, but Rollins just barely gets out of it. Oh, but a chair right to the face. Woof. I don't even know if the wives are watching on. Of course, Balor doesn't have a wife. Jeez. Half the reason that Ron, he said Ron shouldn't be insecure, but jeez. Oh, jeez. Wow, the exposed turnbuckle, jeez. Oh, you can see there's the flop that Rollins had, just absolutely no control of it. Just drops down, jeez, chair right to the face again. You just see like, both chairs went flying in the air. Just the heavy thud that Rollins does have to just, perhaps he's just doing its work at that point. Jeez. And Balor just driving these knees right into the head of Rollins. You look, you can see all the welts and whatever forming on the back of Rollins. Like I said, after all the chair shots, the back, I can see some bruising already, and it's looking nasty. It is looking nasty. Jeez, a question about the winner and maybe not even be able to defend the championship. What about the loser? They've got to be out for some time, surely. Jeez, this match keeps going. Jeez, sandwiching Rollins between the two chairs and Balor himself. Jeez. Oof, and an elbow drop there. That's not going to help Rollins' back, laying in that uncomfortable position and getting squashed like that. And Balor, yet again, oh, face first right to the chairs and a knee shot. But Balor, jeez, the old man Rollins keeping it going with more knees, jeez. Don't forget, Rollins broke the nose of John Cena the one time. Jeez, saw Cena earlier on tonight lose. That's a King of the Ring final match. That was the opener of the show. It was Cody Rhodes the winner. Cody Rhodes will be challenging for this championship at SummerSlam. Jeez, sent right into that exposed turnbuckle. Will it be one of these two men? I don't know. I question if these two men will even be 100% walking into SummerSlam. I think it's looking pretty good for Cody Rhodes' chances, jeez. That's if one of these two even make it to SummerSlam as champion, if they don't lose it before them. I don't know. Jeez, I'm sure Cody Rhodes is watching this somewhere. Jeez, looking at the brutality of this matchup. Oh. Jeez, and Balor now. And Rollins. Jeez, just dragging Balor into that exposed turnbuckle again. Jeez. Rollins tried to end Balor's title reign again. Jeez, done it, a snap suplex before he could even properly defend it. Balor finally getting the opportunity on his second Universal title reign to finally be able to defend the title. But will it be successful? So I think Rollins will take that as a happy second option. If he can't stop Balor from defending it, then you can certainly get him from stopping to be able to defend it successfully and get a retain. I'll take that as a happy plan B. I think. And Rollins right now, I think he's looking for that avalanche curb. So let's put Balor down, United Champions, but no, Balor gets out of harm's way. Jeez. Shot right to the back. Sending Rollins into that corner. Of course, these two men battled for the WWE Universe Championship when it was vacated last season. Ended in a double count out. We had to have a no holds barred match at United Champions. It was Rollins that got the win that night. Jeez. Held that championship until Mania, until Balor took it off him. This championship division, doesn't get me wrong. Jeez, Rollins. Look at that. I think that just says everything. Rollins hit Balor, but both men are down. They are out for the count, but Rollins finally been able to pick himself back up. But jeez. Now just taken off the table. I don't think he realised Balor's got up too. Jeez, oof, like I said, I mean, sure, Rollins has taken on many people since took on the likes of John Moxley and Roman Reigns on the way to back to Balor, and like I said, many members of the Judgment Day, but it feels like that WWE Universal Championship reign and just the title in general over the last season and a bit has been just all focused around these two men. But from what I understand, no more after this matchup. This has to be the end. Jeez, now these two men fighting on top of the announce table, jeez. Gotta say, as brutal as this match has been, this is kind of epic, this is kind of cinematic, these two men fighting, just trading blows. These are absolute haymakers right on this announce table. Jeez, oh, Rollins has fallen off after that shot. A Balor coup de grace! Right to Rollins off the announce table. A Balor now. Oh, I thought he was going to drag him to the casket. No, he's putting Rollins on the table. Balor now. Balor. Jeez. Oh, now the lifted by DDT through the announce table, which is absolutely exploding everywhere. And Balor now with that shovel. Oh, right to the face of Rollins. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Balor just swinging it up at everything that moves around Rollins. Jeez. Jeez, right the shoulder now too. Jeez. Reminding him of the injury. I'm now making it feel like it was that shoulder, but I don't even remember. But doesn't matter to Balor. He's going to make sure that Rollins is not 100% after this matchup. And I don't think he will be for the rest of the year. Jeez. Oh, Rollins is shoving out. Oh, jeez. Rollins' head just reverberated. Jeez, and that's not going to help either. Jeez. Balor gets that stomp. I felt like he could have ended this at this point. You know what I mean? He had that coup de grace off the announce table and then put him through the announce table, that lift inverted DDT. Jeez, and now Balor just, going to work again on the legs of Rollins, just looking in this deathlock style situation. I think Balor's, like I said, he's letting it all out. Jeez. Oof, oof, oof. They're just letting it all out, letting out all that aggression, all the anger, any of the, maybe the partial jealousy on Balor's side, maybe just to the success of Rollins' career, maybe felt like that should have been Balor's at one point. If he was able to win that WWE Universe Championship and hold on to it, sorry. Jeez, just unleashing all these elbows. This is all the passion. Like I said, all the negativeness. Jeez, Balor with that elbow was flushed, that is for sure. Jeez, and you can see the blood already forming over the forehead of Rollins. I'm surprised it's taken this long to be honest. Oh, but jeez, Balor's collapsed. Buff, we're able to capitalise it. That proves how much these two men have put each other through. Jeez, right into that ring post. Rollins collapsed after a single leg drop kick to Balor. Balor just collapsed after trying to pick up Rollins. These two men just aren't even able to just do basic stuff anymore without feeling it completely. That's just proving to the level that these two men have gotten to. I don't even know how Balor's doing it at this point. I'm actually struggling to be able to tell what's bruise and what's blood on Rollins' face at this point. And it's clearly whatever it is, whatever the ratio it is, it isn't enough for Balor. I think he wants Rollins' face to be completely plastered in both. Oh, and geez, now Balor's got the other set of steps involved now too. Jeez. Balor, is he showing some mercy? Maybe not. Maybe he thought about it just for a second, just about ending the match. Maybe thinking about Becky. The last little bit of emotion that he has towards her in any good light. But no, he's realising he has to do this. So I don't think he does, but maybe he's feeling that way at least. Geez, the stairs right to the back of Rollins. Rollins isn't going to be able to walk again, I swear. Oh, right to the legs. Oh, Rollins hasn't been able to get any offense in him forever. The only slight little bit was just when Balor collapsed, but that wasn't even any offense. Rollins just, it hasn't been the same after it could have got off the announce table, but Balor just absolutely unleashed on Rollins. Jeez. Oh, and now looking for that shotgun drop kick. Jeez, I think Rollins' head might clip the exposed turnbuckle. But jeez, like I said, any move now, it's just seeming to hurt both men, exerting all their efforts. But Balor picking himself up. I don't even know how Rollins is moving at this point. I think it's more involuntary at this point. Drop down for the 1916. And Balor now looking for that coup de grace to Rollins. Please let that be the end. I'm pretty sure that's what coup de grace translates to. Or the finish or something. Please let it be. Rollins I've just been shown off to the camera now by Balor. I think Balor's saying it's over now. This is what we come with you. Oh, one more. 1916. At least I think it's one more. Jeez. Rollins just rolling on in agony, I think. I don't know. Involuntary, like I said. Rollins, jeez. Getting caught up in the ropes. And Balor making sure he stays in this coffin. Looking to close it now. Finn Balor. Jeez, the heavy door, and he slams it shut. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like that went on forever. That has to be the longest match I think I've ever called. And maybe will ever call. And possibly the most brutal match. The most violent of fights. The most hated fueled match between any two superstars I think I will ever call. I don't think I will call it another match quite like this one. And I think I've honestly got to be said, I'm glad. I don't want to see anything like this again. The brutality. We just saw the onslaught Balor had at the end. No two people, no one person should have that level of animosity towards another person. That's just not healthy. Just for neither, man. Even the one that's feeling the animosity and the one that receives it, for neither, man, that is a safe feeling, especially when it's reciprocated like it is between these two. I don't think it gets any worse, but I think they both solidified themselves as the arch enemies. When you talk about Rollins, you will no longer not be able to talk about Rollins without Finn Balor, and you will no longer be able to talk about Finn Balor without Seth Rollins. That's what they've just done here tonight. Jeez. But I think finally, this is the end of this feud at the very least. We won't see these two men lock up ever again, I don't think. Jeez.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed WWE Champion, the Demon, Finn Balor.
Thanks for watching this pay-per-view.